Hi, Paul here from Results Personal Training, and today I'm going to bring you a video on the squat. Now, the squat is an incredibly important movement pattern. It's very functional and it's something that most of us do every single day. We usually do it in the form of sitting down to a chair and then standing or squatting up from that chair. And we sit in chairs in the offices, we sit in chairs on the sofa in the lounge. We do a lot of sitting, and that's a lot of squatting and a lot of standing up. Now, the squat it's a primitive pattern, meaning it's something that has been with us forever. We used to sit in a deep squat. That's how we used to just sit and relax, and we were comfortable, and we would often just engage in conversations in this deep squat position. We'd often cook around the fire, in this deep squat position, and it's something that all kids go through. So kids typically, or babies, will crawl, and then from a crawling pattern, they go into what's known as a half kneeling pattern, and then up into a deep squat. They grab hold of the coffee table, and eventually when they've got enough strength, they come up from a deep squat position, and then they've got enough strength to go into their gait cycle or their walking pattern. And squatting is something that, if you look at any 2-year-old, it's a beautiful thing. It's so natural, it's so effortless, it's so easy. But you look at, I want to say, most 40-year-olds, and suddenly the squat is a struggle. It's hard to get down into that position. And quite often that's a case that we lose mobility in our ankles, or we lose mobility in our hips or thoracic spine. If it's not a case of mobility, it might be a case of motor control. We simply just lose the ability to foundation our brain to get into that deep squat pattern. So if you struggle to get into a deep squat, you want to just get that assessed. Having a functional movement screen is a really nice place to start, because it will give you a baseline of what your squat looks like, whether it's limited, whether it's dysfunctional, or whether it's good enough. And if you do have limitations or dysfunctions, then that's great, because at least you know that it's something, there's a starting point, there's something I need to work on. Because if you haven't got a deep squat, then that's a recipe for knee pain, that's a recipe for lower back pain. If you were to be walking down the peak and you tripped and you needed to catch yourself in that deep squat position, if it's not available to you, then there's compensation, and there's going to be all sorts of struggle and pain throughout the body. So if you struggle to hit that deep squat position, it's a straw camel's back scenario. All right, you may not be in pain right now, but with that limitation, with that dysfunction, it's only a matter of time before the straw that broke the camel's back. So get it checked, functional movement screen, and then get it worked on. If you can already deep squat and it's a good looking deep squat, then great. Here are a whole bunch of exercises that you can do that we're going to go through. We're going to look at the kettlebell today, and we're going to look at the barbell. All right. So without further ado, here's the squat pattern.